hard work.
And they have! You've got to say, it has been coming.
Determination.
They've gone and scored again. They're doing everything in their power to make sure they're not pegged back. And the shot. And there it is! 3 goals in front now. An immense performance.
Those were the qualities we had, going into our toughest match yet, against a Premier League side and a fellow North London rival. Tottenham Hotspurs.
A manager who has made them very difficult to beat here on their own patch. But today represents a tough test. Can they hold on to this run, or will it be the day when it all comes crashing down? Hello everyone. You know, some footballers enjoy a rainy day. Not sure fans always feel that way, but an exciting match in prospect nonetheless.
We were up against Ipswich Town, the club that El Fakir was loaned out to. It was an interesting return to our home ground for him. At least that's what we thought. The assistant manager predicted their probable lineup, with El Fakir leading the line for them. But that wasn't the case. They didn't start him. Maybe they didn't want him to play against his parent club, so he was left in the reserves. But he had done well for them so far. In the 6 weeks he has been out on loan, he hasn't scored a lot of goals, but he has been very helpful with their attack. They kicked off and the game started. Ipswich Town are a championship side, so this should be a tough match for us. But the boys have proved time and time again that they are at least championship level. So they just have to go out and prove it yet again.
Showing good width here, the Raiders. Can he? And a goal! 1-0 it is. They've been pushing for the opener, and now they have it. Chen, what can Raiders do from this position? Good ball over the top. Attractive build-up. Released it nicely. This could level it. And the post denied him. A bit disappointing in the end.
Well, it was certainly a chance to get back into the game. And you have to say they're a bit unfortunate. But they do need to finish off one of these chances.
Not much happened after the mind-blowing skill from Okanai Haruto, and the first half came to an end. Ipswich had more possession so far, but we've been the more clinical side, and in the second half, we just have to come out as a way better side.
So the second half underway, and Raiders looking to build upon a positive first half performance. Well, not very clever defending. Oh, it looked really promising for them. Opportunity, and a goal! They've increased their lead, and they don't want to be throwing it away from here. Can he deliver? Oh, what a save! Oh, to trim back the lead. Well, good run and good ball control. Could pull one back here. And nicely parried away. Searching for the angle. And hit with ferocity. And the defensive intervention there. And in with a real chance. There's the goal. Surely now, that is that. And there it is, a goal, but will it be purely a consolation at this stage of the proceedings?
After they scored their consolation goal, the match ended shortly after. It was another big win against Championship side. It seemed as though we were unstoppable.
We're taking it one game at a time now. We have to, otherwise it goes straight to the head. So we just stay focused and keep it moving.
It was a bit annoying that we conceded there. Johan couldn't hold his man properly and we lost the clean sheet.
I don't really know why Nick is blaming me for the goal. What does he expect me to do against 2 defenders?
The Barnet Raiders have once again dispatched of a supposedly stronger opponent. Ipswich Town, the latest victim of the raid, as the fans like to call it. We look forward to the Raiders' quarter-final opponent in the FA Cup. Spurs and Arsenal are still very much in this competition and would likely be the next opponent for them. Would they be able to overcome a heated North London derby against an insurmountable opponent?
In the league, we were 4 points behind Walsall, but still 2 games behind. Clearing the next 2 games would be a good 6 points, so we just need to keep winning if we want to find ourselves in that top spot.
With the experience obtained by the loanees, especially those in bigger division, what's the plan for them? And are you also going to have an academy to back up the team?
For the second question, the answer is yes. And my plan is simply for them to gain experience from the bigger divisions. Playing in the Premier League is no easy task. So the plan is for them to be able to pull the team along if need be.
It seems the team have found the perfect tactics since you can't stop losing. But do you think you'll ever try something new, like a formation that uses wingers more prominently?
Yes, I'm thinking of implementing something new at the start of next season. New formation, new tactics. We're not invincible, and myself and the players would need to keep evolving to match whatever league we're in.
A lot of people feel as if Pavalos take attention away from other players such as Naledi. Do you think it will cause problems in the future?
It's up to them. Maturity is part of the growth of every player, and if at any point Naledi wants more attention than our current ace, he just has to consistently play better.
We had a couple matches in the league before the semi-final in the Virtue Trophy against Luton Town. The first one was against Newport County.
A league meeting of considerable resonance. A lot riding on this one today, with both teams ready to leave no stone unturned in their quest for success. A match that ought to tantalise.
We were ready for the match against Newport in our home stadium, and with an undefeated record here this season, a win would be more than likely. Pavalos inching ever closer to that record, just 4 more goals to go in a bit over 10 games left. At this point, it was just a matter of time. He started the match with a Panenka, sending the keeper the wrong way and taking us 1-0 up. Polo Giannidis, the Greek first-team replacement for Van Boer, made a really good slide tackle to intercept the ball. Potter made a rather tame save to keep us level. And in the second half, Pavalos put the Nigerian, Jordan Obiawe, in on goal. But his really poor finishing has been the only reason he isn't one of the top goal scorers in the team. Cheongu-won tried a shot off the corner, but it was blocked by the defender. And shortly after, Naledi took a shot from distance. But there wasn't enough curl on the shot. He squared it to Pavalos towards the end of the match, but the keeper got the better of that one-on-one. Pavalos was the singular goal scorer in the matchup, and he was 1 goal closer to breaking that record. The next match was against Crawley Town, away from home this time. Tom Gotts couldn't get the proper delivery with the corner, and it was cleared. They had a chance, but Kanev, who had been proving himself to be the best defender in the team, made a really good tackle, and also started an attack that looked promising.
Hunter to Chon, the Raiders skipper. Passes cutting through the opposition like butter. And the Raiders moving the ball forward. What can they do from here? Oh, genuine chance.
The keeper did well to keep out Naledi's shot. Hugel had a chance on goal after Naledi played him on and was able to get the ball in the back of the net. Right after the break, we had a chance to get a second, but Polo Giannidis wasn't able to convert the assist from Naledi. This time, Johan Witte conceded a penalty, and it was up to Dan Potter to keep us ahead in this match, and it was a brilliant save. It was another 1-0 win, this time courtesy of Hugel, a player from the previous Barnet side. Our final game before the matchup with Luton Town was against rivals MK Dons. They absolutely thrashed us in our home stadium in the last meetup, and this time around we are a much better team. Training before the match was extra hard. Raleigh knows that the players really want to win this one, so it was up to him and the rest of the coaching staff to make sure every single player is fit and ready for this match. Raleigh switched the formation back to the 4-4-2. He decided to rest Naledi, and if things don't go too well at the front, he would bring him on in the second half. He also started Tom Gotts on the left, over Jordan Obiawe, who really hasn't been doing very well on the wings. MK Dons was 7th in the league, and a whole 11 points beneath us. We were the much better side on paper this time around. The players just have to go out there and prove it to themselves, and the fans.
Trying to open up the defence.
It was all in the build-up play for me. So many different players involved, and once the space opened up,
Now jumping in because this is a chance. Oh, a superb chip. Spellbinding.
Opener here with 19 minutes on the clock.
Alex, thank you very much. This could level it, and it is the equaliser. Parity now. And who's to say what's going to happen next? Oh, nice ball over the top. Gives it a go. Taking one for the team.
1-1 with 26 minutes played.
Alex, apologies, I have to jump in because this could be a chance. Oh, in it goes! And how about this for gumption, for determination? They've turned it around. Well, there is going to be stoppage time, but only the 1 minute. Could be threatening. Good-looking move.
Polo Giannidis, who has stepped up since Van Boer went out on loan, ended that first half with an insane miss. All he had to do there was be on target. But it just didn't work out for him. We went into the dressing room trailing on points. We needed a miracle to turn our game around in the second half, and after the close call from the skipper's power shot, Raleigh knew just the man that would make the difference.
Well, options at the back post here. They could level it.
Just throws his body on the line. Excellent play.
Can he play it in? Weighted well. And a goal, the equaliser. Superb entertainment. Threading it. And the chance is on. And a goal! In the lead again. Fully deserved. Counter-attacking chance. Can he finish? Well, it might still work out for them. And there it is. But hang on, the flag has gone up and it's not going to count. Alexander. Trying to open up the defence. Can he finish them off?
As soon as Zola Naledi came onto the match, the momentum completely shifted our way. He got his goal to tie up the match. And the German, Tom Gotts, did capitalise on his chance in the first team and got himself a goal.
It was a good match. Coach finally gave me that first team start I've been looking for, and I feel like I've made him proud. Fighting for a spot against Haruto on the right is not possible. So I told coach that I can also play left, and it's paid off so far.
Yes, so it sucks. When you have the first team spot and you f*** up, then someone now comes and does really well in your position. Chai, that's in the pain. But I just have to sit up in training, bro. Work hard and let my God do the rest for me.
During the monthly board meeting after the match, the sports director briefed Raleigh on the progress on all the shortlisted player, as well as a couple new ones that have potential and would be a good fit for the team. The new players on the shortlist are Octavian Knight and Chris Wayne. Apart from that, he also brought something up, a youth academy, and a new stadium to get the team ready for competing in the Premier League when we eventually get there. I was on board with the idea of a new stadium. I was already thinking about it. We had to look for investors. My sister and I collectively have very deep pockets, but not deep enough to fund the construction of the kind of stadium I have in mind. So investors would be a very good idea.
Thank you all for joining us. All right, take questions now.
Luton Town would be a tough test. A side that was recently in the Premier League and a side that achieved triple promotion, which is what we are after here at the Raiders. This match will not just test our physicality and endurance, but also our mental strength. Luton is a brilliant side, and may the best team win.
While Pervalos is leading the charts in the league, Naledi leads the charts in the Virtue Trophy with 5 goals. This match is going to be a big one for us, and a win here will take us to our first final. Roman Dept was loaned out to Luton, and yes, he is in the lineup, and I'm sure he's as excited as us to be playing against each other.
Well, you never quite know who's going to emerge from the shadows and become a match winner, but this man might be a decent shout. So here we go, an exciting 90 minutes in prospect. A good vision there. Plenty of players waiting in the middle, and really tried to blast that one past the keeper, but his radar was a bit off. Well, good run this. Now what can he do with it? Oh, nice ball over the top. A wild effort it was.
Haruto moving forward with the ball and lays it off to Rees Malik.
Really favours this position. Can he? What a save!
I tell you what, that was an incredible reaction save. Close quarters, the ball was hit straight at him though, but you can't take anything away from the keeper there. Elijah Adebayo. Oh, foul play, says the referee. Brown. Incisive pass. Could be a chance. It's the opening statement in this semi-final, putting them in front. And there, they intend to stay. Is it going to be? The game has been turned on its head. They have never stopped believing, and now they sense victory. Oh, surely! And a goal! He's doubled his total for the day in superb scoring form. Chen. The Raiders have been absolutely outplayed here, but can they pull one back? Now the keeper grabs it, and that is how to block. Still alive. Can they break here? The attack ended disappointingly. Well, Raiders could be onto something. Herbanos holding up the ball well. Then he lays it through to Okanai Haruto, who has a lot of space. And there is the goal. He's found the net. Joy unconfined.
First half ended with us very much on the back foot. We've had a couple shots on goal, but Roman Dept has been an absolute unit for Luton in the back. The second half, though, we needed to raise our performance up a notch. We are not allowed to give up.
And they get the ball rolling again. It's not lost on Raiders. They need to raise their game here. Count. Real chance. Oh, it's a terrific challenge. Can he score? Oh, still not dealt with. And there it is, a goal. I must say, much to the annoyance of the keeper.
Their fourth goal came in a very frustrating manner. We were now back to 3 goals behind. It was tough, but the skipper, Cheon Gu-won, rallied the players.
We could still come back in this match. And will it be crazy if I tell you that we did?
And back with Alexander. Oh, chance! And in! Oh, yes! Exactly what they were hoping to produce. They've delivered the goal. Alexander. Oh, good vision there. Chance to get back into it. Oh, and in! How about this? They're eating into the lead, and what looked impossible now might just be salvageable. True grit and determination on show.
Well, just watch this again. A change of pace, a change of direction, and a decent finish. That's a very good goal.
Nice weight on the pass. Oh, a goal! What a comeback! Who on earth could have predicted this?
Tom Gotts, Zola Naledi and Polo Janidis completed the 3-goal equaliser, and it was just one more goal to win it. One more goal and we would be through to the finals. We tried, the goal came, but it was against us.
Can they nudge in front late on here? Might work out. Oh my goodness, what a story being written here. It feels as though that is decisive. They can almost touch a place in the final now.
It was a painful ending to the match, and just like that, we were out of the Virtue Trophy. Making it to the semi-finals in our first season, in a team full of teenagers, was a feat on its own.
It was an amazing performance from a neutral point of view. I have to give it to Barnet. It was a really good display of grit and determination from them. The comeback was incredible, but they just didn't have what it takes to get over the line. An unfortunate end to a really well-fought match, but in my opinion, the win went to the team who deserved it more.
We lost the match, but we can still hold our heads high after that performance. 4-1 to 4-4 was no easy task, and although we ultimately lost, we learnt a valuable lesson here today.
Luton made it to the final, where they would be going up against Peterborough. My money is on Luton though. Zola Naledi bows out of the competition with 6 goals in 6 games. And unless Jordan Clark from Luton gets a hat-trick in the final, Naledi would be claiming his first golden boot. In the league, Walsall had dropped points again, which left us just 1 point behind. And with the 2 games at hand, top spot is as good as ours. Raleigh rested and rotated the team a lot for the next match against Cambridge United. We had to be at our absolute best to push for the league. but we also need to be at our absolute best for the FA Cup quarter-final draw against Spurs. Joe Hugill opened the scoring in the 23rd minute after a through ball from Stead. Potter saved a shot from their attacker, but the ball went right back to the striker's feet and he was able to slot it home for the equaliser. Then in the 50th minute, Stead hit this absolutely beautiful half volley.
And there is the goal to re-establish their advantage.
Got to say, that is a beautiful goal. Good form, sweet connection, nowhere to go but in the back of the net. Callum Stead has definitely put himself on Thomas Rani's radar if he can hit them like that.
The match ended 2-1, and it was yet another home win for us. The experienced players in the side showed exactly why they shouldn't be counted out in the team. Next team standing in our way was Bromley, currently in 5th position, a team that we should be absolutely weary of. Raleigh started majority of the first team here, using the 3-4-2-1 formation. The season was slowly but surely coming to an end, and we needed to keep getting ourselves these wins. Pervalos found Stead on the counter, and he found the back of the net to take us up 1 goal.
Real chance. And a goal! That will do it. They've been pushing for it, and now they've been rewarded.
They hit a really good free kick, and Potter really stretched to push the effort onto the post. Naledi had a really good chance on goal, chopping in, but his shot just went wide. Overconfidence in the box cost us a concession. They equalised late in the second half, and Naledi won a penalty, and Pervalos gave him the chance to win the match for us, and he did.
A goal! Accurate from the spot.
And the Barnet Raiders have clinched a late victory here against Bromley. Beautiful scenes.
A nerve-wracking ending to the match for the Barnet Raiders and their supporters. But South African sensation Zola Naledi was able to fire home the winner late in the match. And the Raiders have found themselves on top of the league table for the first time this season.
We were first on the table, finally, and the fact that we still had 2 games at hand was astonishing. Nottingham County was closing in on Walsall and might very well finish their season in 2nd position.
We came from the shadows, built in the cold, blood on the gravel, hearts made of gold. They never saw us, never believed. Now we the ghosts that won't concede. Bruised up, knuckles still in our tone. Raised by the fight, carved from stone. Every bloody loss just sharpened the blade. Now the kings of the war they made.
Thomas Frank had done well for Spurs so far this season, and they were our next obstacle, a towering and extremely hostile obstacle at that. Arsenal was something like our parent club, solely because of my ties to the club. Because of this fact, Spurs fans hate the little project we've got going on here, and the fact that it has been successful so far really gets to them, so they would love nothing more than to end our run here.
It is safe to say that this would be the Raiders' toughest match yet, on paper, mentally and physically. This is also the largest stadium they have ever played in, and with the Spurs fans being so hostile and extremely loud, how would the Raiders fare under this insurmountable amount of pressure?
And the referee gets this game going. Every reason to believe this should be a cracker. And Spurs moving the ball with purpose. And an opening. Oh, the post has denied him. It's a neat move. Must take the lead here. Oh, he's been denied. And they remain locked together.
Well, that's a good save, but really he should have scored from there.
Who can they pick out? And couldn't quite keep the header down.
Now the Raiders have room to run. This is where they thrive, on the counter.
Promising looking ball. He has 2 options here. Well, it smacks into the gloves of the goalkeeper. They're showing good width here, the Raiders. Gianni, and the ball in behind the defenders.
I tell you what, the Raiders have pulled off yet another shocking performance to be able to finish this first half all square against a very much informed Spurs side. It has been an entertaining match. Although one-sided, the Raiders are still finding their way to take 1 or 2 shots on target.
So the two teams have switched around and the second half is underway. And back with Alexander. And Raiders could use width to good effect. In the Premier League, it's Spurs versus Sunderland. Good distribution. To put them in front. Oh, excellent goalkeeping. Oh, you'll have a go. Super pass. It was on its way in. And after that challenge, a corner to come.
They've got to concentrate.
And over comes the corner.
Headed in. And it's cleared by Ante Horvat. Reece Malik got past his man. Raiders are on the break. The flag stays down for now. He's getting ready to pull the trigger. The Spurs fans are stunned. The Raiders fans are stunned. Can the Raiders win their first North London derby? Beautiful work on the counter. This team keep coming up with ways to prove their naysayers wrong. And Alexander Pervalos leads the conversation this time around.
Good-looking pass. And a really effective parry by the goalkeeper. Well, untidy in possession from Spurs. And Zola on the ball. Well, the keeper grabs it. Well, didn't go to plan in the end. 10 minutes left for play. Beautifully weighted ball. Oh, wasteful. Very wasteful.
It's been a really tight game, hasn't it? Chances at a premium, and you have to praise their defending in that regard. Just got to see out the final few minutes now. No silly mistakes.
Now, hold on, Stuart. They're in here. Oh, a goal! That levels it in the closing phase of this game.
Well, just look at his movement.
Alexander. Well, it could be on for him here. And fired against the crossbar. Well, that's it for the 90 minutes. But this is not over. And two 15-minute periods of extra time to come. And so turning into something of a marathon. On they go. Spurs pushing forward with options available. Can they forge ahead? No! And all because of the goalkeeper. Margins, margins.
Well, he has done well there, but he should have won the game. They probably won't get another chance now.
Oh dear, he went for placement, but a really tame effort, you have to say. Alexander. Delightful pass. A smart stop here. Well, disappointing for the Raiders to give it away like that. Can he put them in front? He does! And with so little time left, that might be the winner. Wonderful drama.
See this again. The vision to play this through ball is superb, and he makes the finish look so easy. What a good goal that is.
Gianni. Superb looking pass. Just needs to steady himself. How about this for drama? All even once more. Astonishing.
That goal is a statement. We are not going anywhere.
The Spurs Stadium boos. The Barnet players don't care. They have given themselves a fighting chance.
Well, here it is again. The ball over the top is an absolute beauty, and his movement's so clever. Once he gets onto it, there's only one thought in his head. Smash it as hard as possible. What a good goal.
The match went straight to penalties after Pervalos stunned Spurs at the end of the match. Penalties, a nerve-wracking tiebreaker. This was the first time our team was under this much pressure, with the Spurs fans right in front of the penalty takers. It was just too much for us. We missed two and got one, but it was not enough. Brennan Johnson got the final goal to take Spurs to the semi-finals, where I hope they lose to Arsenal. While we didn't win the match, holding this Spurs side to a draw for 120 minutes in their home stadium was a win in and of itself. Almost a year ago they lost badly to Arsenal at the Emirates, and now they're holding Spurs to a draw. That is significant growth. It was a sign that we were on track with our goal. Getting to the Premier League in record time was a dream that was very clear now. Everyone just has to keep working towards it.
Our cameras on one man, in imperious form, and the leading marksman in the league. Can he do it again today? Live on EA TV.
Step on the pitch and the crowd goes wild. Raiders in the building, yeah, we run this side. Pressure on my
They'll shift across the pitch together, but when they go
Oh, wait a minute, look what's happening. There it is, a delightful start to this match. Just what they were hoping for.
It covers most of the bases defensively, and if you can then rotate your positions...
Oh, wait a minute, opportunity. In it goes! An early opening statement in this match.
And he is tied for the highest number of goals scored in a season.
Will it go in? And a goal! They're going to take some stopping now. 2 in front here.
With this win, the Barnet Raiders are now officially in the League One for next season. Promotion in their first ever season is a big feat, and there's a long list of players and members of this club responsible for such a big win.
We could be 90 minutes away from seeing the champions crowned right here. 3 points will do the job. Stay tuned as we have all the action live. Joining me today on the commentary gantry is Sue Smith. And today could be a memorable day for the visitors.
The Raiders on the counter here. Can the lady get it to Pervalos here?
And he's broken free. In it goes!
He has broken the record! 33 goals in a single League 2 season. You might say it's just the 4th division, but this kid is going places.
And there goes the final whistle. I'll tell you what, for weeks, the fans have been singing, we're going to win the league. And that's exactly what they've done. Yes, a performance that has impressed absolutely everyone. And now it comes down to holding that piece of silverware aloft. The sweet taste of success.
The Lehmanns are a family dead set on breaking records. They've done it in their individual careers, and now they're doing it together with a football club that they own.
We won the league. In our first season, it was unbelievable.
Yo, it was surreal, eh? To think we actually did it in our first season? Nah, that's insane, bro. Proper unbelievable stuff.
I was proud of myself. I'm proud of my teammates. This was a team that works, and we have proved it with the performances from this season. And with the piece of silverware, we just won.
The boys were actually amazing throughout this season, and most especially since the beginning of the year. Unbeaten so far in 2026, a solid end to my first year as manager for the Raiders.
I don't know if most of you know my son, Kori Lehmann. A few weeks into summer break, he turned 15, and at this age, he was in the Arsenal academy and is already good enough to join the first team. What this team needed was an ace on that left-hand side. Jordan Oviawe was a really good dribbler, but he was not the best finisher. Tom Gotts is a way better finisher, but he wasn't fully fulfilling the role Raleigh wants on the left. Kori, at his age, could do both. He carries the ball well, and he finishes even better. He always said he wants to carve his own path, not follow in my footsteps, but as a father, nothing would make me prouder than for my son to win silverware in my team. So my daughter and I made it our mission to convince him to start his career at the Raiders next season. After much persuasion, he attended a press conference just before pre-season, where he was going to tell the world his answer.
Yes or no?
We came from the shadows, built in the cold, blood on the gravel, hearts made of gold. They never saw us, never believed. Now we the ghosts they won't concede. Bruised up, knuckles still in our tone. Raised by the fight, carved from stone. Every bloody loss just sharpened the blade. Now the king's Every scar a patch of defiance.